Are you serious? Oh no!
Looking back now, Lunchly turned into one of the most hated YouTuber products ever made, and the backlash came fast. Right after launch, the internet started tearing it apart, and the sales ended up way worse than almost anybody expected. At first though, Lunchly looked like it was built to win. The people behind it, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI, were three of the biggest creators on the planet, with massive fan bases ready to support almost anything they touched. And honestly, the idea sounded pretty smart at first. It was convenient, easy to understand, and looked like it could actually compete with products like Lunchables. But jump ahead to now, and the vibe around Lunchly is completely different.
We came together to create a Lunchables competitor featuring the fastest growing hydration beverage ever and the fastest growing candy ever. And so we did that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce you to Lunchly. Oh, yes.
A lot of people don't even want to be associated with it anymore. Stores across America reportedly struggled to move the product, and many packs started showing up in discount sections for cheap prices. That quickly pushed Lunchly into the conversation as one of the biggest YouTuber product flops ever. But this downfall didn't happen out of nowhere. The situation was way more messy and layered than most people realized. So before everything went downhill, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI first revealed the product during an Instagram livestream announcement, trying to build massive hype around the launch. And surprisingly, the early reaction online was actually pretty positive. At first, a lot of people thought Lunchly made complete sense. Logan Paul and KSI already had Prime, which exploded into one of the fastest growing drink brands at the time.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar.
Whoa.
Feastables Crunch Bar. Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese.
Drip versus stick.
Mr. Beast also had Feastables, and that brand was growing insanely fast too, especially with younger audiences. So when they combined those businesses together into one lunch-style product, people thought it was a genius move. From the outside, it looked like a guaranteed success story. Their previous brands were already making huge numbers, and the internet hype was crazy right after Lunchly launched. The creators kept pushing heavy promo all over social media too, constantly comparing Lunchly to Lunchables and trying to convince people their version gave more value. One of the big selling points they kept repeating was, with Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid. Now, these promo videos were exactly where the controversy really started blowing up online. As soon as Lunchly began getting pushed all over social media, other YouTubers and streamers started speaking out, giving all kinds of opinions about why the product was good, bad, or straight up questionable. And one of the biggest voices to jump into the situation was Dan TDM. Dan TDM posted a tweet that instantly went viral saying, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust people who are selling it to them."
And Dan TDM replied. This is what he had to say.
What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. Do better.
That post exploded across Twitter almost immediately. Tons of creators, fans, and random users online started piling onto the conversation, criticizing Lunchly from every angle possible. Suddenly, the backlash was everywhere, and the pressure on Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast started getting way more intense. Because of all the attention, the founders eventually responded to the criticism themselves. But out of everyone involved, KSI became the loudest voice during the whole situation. He spent days posting non-stop tweets about the drama and even uploaded a full video addressing Dan TDM directly. But a lot of viewers felt like KSI wasn't really treating the criticism seriously at all. Instead, people thought he was trying hard to brush everything off and act like the backlash didn't bother him or the brand in any major way.
While showing his toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit your fans, Dan? Now, obviously, people didn't realize that I was shining a mirror in his face. Instead, they were like,
Wait, you did the same as Dan. You made toys with tube heroes.
and yes, that's fair, but I'm not the one complaining. But okay, did I reply to this? He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? At this point, his fans imploded. But again, they kept moving the goalposts and being like,
Oh, well, Dan only did this once. He's only made a video once about sweeties to his audience, so you're wrong.
I mean, he still did it, but sure. If you just type in Dan TDM Sweets, there's countless of videos of him eating sweets, promoting sweets to his audience, but cool.
At first, some fans believed the situation would die down quickly, but instead, things only got messier as more criticism kept flooding in from all sides. As the hate around Lunchly continued growing, KSI started taking more personal shots at Dan TDM. He brought up older sponsorships and brand deals Dan had done in the past, trying to argue that Dan wasn't any different from them, but online, that strategy didn't really land the way he probably expected. A lot of people who watched KSI's response video felt like it didn't fully address the main criticism. Viewers pointed out that Dan TDM had promoted candy and snacks before, but those products were never really presented as being healthy choices. Meanwhile, critics argued that Lunchly's marketing gave off a healthier image, which became a major talking point during the backlash. Because of that, many people online completely rejected KSI's argument. Instead of calming things down, the response seemed to make the drama even bigger. Across Twitter, YouTube, and streaming communities, people kept clowning the situation, with many saying KSI looked frustrated over getting heavily criticized by a longtime Minecraft creator with a massive fanbase behind him. And to make things even more awkward for KSI, Dan TDM barely responded at all after the original tweet. He posted, "What happened to YouTubers, man?" and then mostly stayed quiet while the internet completely exploded around him. For months, he didn't really feed into the drama or go back and forth online. The only thing he later posted was a peaceful update showing pictures with his family, alongside the caption, "Living the dream." That post instantly got attention because a lot of people saw it as a subtle response without actually mentioning the drama directly. And of course, KSI ended up replying with, "Happy for you, man." Whether Dan TDM was intentionally trolling or not, the message people took from it was pretty obvious. Dan looked completely unbothered by the chaos happening online. Instead of dragging the situation out for views, he gave the impression that he had way bigger priorities in life and only shared his opinion once before moving on completely. Months later, Dan TDM finally talked more openly about the situation during an appearance on Tommy Innett's podcast, where he was asked directly about all the Lunchly drama and the reaction surrounding it.
Tom speaks highly of your aura. I really do.
Well, yeah, with the whole Twitter stuff that happened, the aura was quite strong.
That's what he goes on about. I think
I couldn't believe that. It was like,
was it mad?
Yeah, like the whole, it felt a bit Game of Thronesy. Like the whole internet like had my back, which was kind of wild.
Oh yeah, it was really cool. Was it? Were you just sat in your room like, this is a bit mad?
Yeah, it was a bit ridiculous, but like,
it was
like
awesome. And then the living the dream. Living the dream was crazy. Mate, he's been crying for like 2 weeks straight, and you come in and just like, I have a great life. That was incredible. And what I just enjoyed is like, he couldn't get around his head why. I don't think he's never not been the top dog before. The way I described it is like, if you're in school and like me and Jack are year 8s and he's like a year 10, and then for the first time ever, the really kind year 11 goes, no. And he's like, never had that happen before.
I think it was just more as well, like I couldn't be bothered to like fight. Like he loves the whole back and forth. That's what the whole boxing stuff's
what he
about.
wants,
like I get it.
Yeah.
I understand it. But it was funnier to not feed into it because
just exhausting.
You just watch it happen. It was fun.
Was it fun?
It was
to
fun,
sit
yeah.
back and.
It was funny.
A lot of viewers felt the whole situation highlighted a major difference in maturity and priorities between both creators. Dan TDM came across as someone more focused on his personal life, family, and staying away from non-stop internet fights. Meanwhile, KSI was viewed by many as someone deeply involved in online business, entertainment, content creation, and building attention around his brands. And honestly, from a business perspective, people understood why KSI kept responding. Huge online drama brings massive engagement, crazy numbers, and non-stop attention. Dan TDM's original tweet pulled in enormous interaction online, so if Dan kept replying, the situation probably would have become even bigger than it already was. More tweets, more videos, more clips, more reactions. All of that would have brought even more eyes toward Lunchly Prime, Feastables, and the creators attached to them. But because Dan never really leaned into the back and forth, the drama slowly started losing steam. In the end, he mostly stayed out of the chaos, while KSI continued addressing it publicly. Eventually, that chapter of the controversy pretty much came to an end, without some giant final showdown people were expecting online.
You know what's funny as well? My wife was always like, just think before you tweet. That was one time I didn't really think too much before tweeting. Usually I'll type it out and be like, no, I can't bother, delete it.
Yeah.
So and then I didn't tell her for like 3 days, and she's not on Twitter really. So I didn't tell, and then I kept getting notifications from my phone. I was like, oh, Logan Paul's responded. Jimmy's messaged you. KSI's responded. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to mention something now.
What was it like? Hey, babe, so.
Yeah. She was like, oh, well, I agree with you, but maybe you should just not kind of like stoke the fire anymore. I was like, okay, that's.
But that was only the beginning of the problem surrounding Lunchly. Not long after the product officially hit store shelves, more creators started reviewing and comparing Lunchly against competitors like Lunchables. One of the biggest creators to do this was Rosanna Pansino, who uploaded videos closely examining the product and comparing the quality side by side. And during one of those reviews, things got way more serious after she reportedly discovered mold inside a Lunchly package. That clip spread all over social media almost instantly and caused a huge wave of concern online. A lot of people started worrying about the possibility of customers opening the product without noticing issues like that first. Since Lunchly was heavily marketed toward younger audiences and families, critics argued that quality control should have been handled way more carefully from the start. The situation quickly became another massive controversy attached to the brand, and it pushed even more people online to question the product's safety and overall quality standards. Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI eventually responded to the mold controversy, saying the issue wasn't as massive as people were making it seem and that the product was constantly being improved over time. But for a lot of people online, that explanation didn't really calm anything down. Critics argued that if mold was showing up at all, then something clearly went wrong during production, packaging, or quality checks before the product ever reached store shelves in the first place.
Guys, I'm in Target, right? And I want to buy a box of Lunchly so that I can compare it with Lunchables in Singapore. This is still moldy. This one's moldy. This one's moldy. This one's moldy. They're all moldy, bro. How are they selling this? How's this legal? They're not expired, by the way. It's Valentine's Day today, and yes, I am in the Target getting Lunchly for Valentine's Day. Pretty sure all the blue ones.
I got it. Thank you.
And because Lunchly was marketed toward families and younger audiences, the backlash became even stronger. People started questioning how products with visible issues could have made it into stores at all. The controversy only got bigger as more creators began uploading videos showing similar problems with their own Lunchly packs. Some clips even showed people checking products directly inside supermarkets and claiming multiple boxes appeared to have mold issues despite not being expired. That's what really pushed the situation into full internet disaster territory, because once people start associating a food product with safety concerns, trust disappears fast. Even if some claims online were exaggerated or unreliable, the fact that multiple videos and posts kept appearing made the brand look worse and worse over time. And since Lunchly already had a reputation tied to these controversies, every new clip immediately blew up across social media. Some defenders argued that certain videos could have been staged or misleading, which is always possible online, but critics pointed out that several creators showed packaging dates and product details while recording, making people even more suspicious about the overall quality control. Whether every single claim was real or not, the damage to the brand's image had already been done. And honestly, that's why so many people remain skeptical when hearing claims that Lunchly is still thriving, something KSI has continued saying in videos and online discussions.
What happened to Lunchly? Just seen that the Lunchly X account hasn't posted since April this year. Has Lunchly been as successful in the long run like Prime was? The honest answer, yes. But like, it's just like been killing it in the background. Prime is a bit more in your face, whereas Lunchly is just, you know, all the promo was in the beginning, and now the people enjoy it, just buy it. So it's kind of just like steadily growing. Kind of like how Prime is right now. Like everything's just growing. So I know it's not as hyped up as, you know, it was a few years ago, but as a product, you can't have something just be hyped forever. Like eventually it's got to cool down, it's got to cool off. But yeah, in the meantime, people are still just enjoying Prime and Lunchly. It's just, I got nothing else to say. People are just enjoying it, as in the general public are just buying it. So yeah, I guess it turned from a meme to a thing people just buy now.
Because outside of social media marketing, a lot of people say they rarely ever see anyone actually buying or eating the product in real life. Most shoppers still seem to grab Lunchables or cheaper store brand options instead. Even in stores, many people online noticed Lunchly products appearing fully stocked over and over again, which only added more jokes and memes about weak sales. Fair or not, the internet quickly turned Lunchly into an easy punchline, and once a product gets that kind of reputation online, it becomes extremely hard to recover from it. At the end of the day, Lunchly started off looking like a guaranteed success story backed by some of the biggest internet creators in the world. With the popularity of Prime, Feastables, and the massive fan bases behind all three founders, people expected the brand to dominate. But instead, non-stop controversies, online backlash, criticism over marketing, and the mold situation completely changed the public perception of the product. What was supposed to become the next huge creator business ended up turning into one of the most controversial YouTuber product launches the internet has seen in years. But now the real question is whether Lunchly can ever recover from all this, or if the damage has already been done for good. Let me know what you think in the comments below.